So we're gonna open up that asset calibration now. And now, let's move that graphic toolbar up. There you go. I just want you to drop the slices anywhere right over there. Yep, perfect. This is the calibration. This is everywhere you see the slices where you'll get signal. So let's save and scan. Okay, so now we're going to go into the next one.
Do I need to stop the, where you change one, it changes all of them?
We'll do that later.
Okay.
So we probably could have, double click on that. This is going to be interesting. What I would recommend is relocating. So let's left click, right click, copy. Let's left click, right click, paste on the number 2. So what I don't know why their localizer FOV is so small. Typically you'll see the entire brain, but as you can see here, we have a T1 axial and that is just a full brain. So let's go into that new localizer and we're gonna plan a new load. Let's move this like crosshair, like right here. Right, yeah, perfect. Okay, now let's save and scan that. Let's see how that turns out. Now let's go into the axial T1. And this is gonna be a full brain sequence, okay? But then down here you could see we have bilat, close, 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 open, open. These are all TMJ specific sequences, okay? So, now, so coronal, bilateral, basically just 2 stacks. If this is the coronal plane, you'll have one on the right and one on the left, TMJ. So we'll wait for that sagittal and then we'll plan our full brain. See, that's called relocating. You see how we're not cutting off the top of the head anymore. You just, copy and paste the localizer, you position the slices a little better, that's it. So we are going to select series, that black square right there, and I want you to click on the second localizer, number 3, and OK all. That will bring it up in all 3 planes. There you go. Okay, much better. So now we are going to plan our axial. So we're going to start off with step 1. We're going to find our money slices. So I can tell you right off the bat, this is a money slice. You can see the corpus callosum pretty well. I want you to middle click down here, that way you don't drop your slices, but you highlight the box, perfect. And I want you to scroll down until you find the Hurley sign or the lateral ventricles and the falx cerebri. Right there. See that little Hurley sign almost? Yeah, so this is what I like to look for. This is my money slice personally. This will be 100% the money slice. You have the corpus callosum, and if you like this, you would angle with the falx cerebri right here. And I kind of like this because you can see a little bit of the 4th ventricle, so it kind of provides a line going straight through. I like this slice. If you want to find a different one, you can. Okay, so next, step 2. We're going to drop our FOV. So which one's the axial plane?
This one.
Yeah, perfect. So I want you to left click, drop your box. And what I personally like to do is I like to grab this line, either line works, and I want you to bring it over towards the middle. So drag this mouse all the way over here. There you go. And now I want you to let go and use the dots to align that line with that line coursing through the brain. I like that. And now let's recenter it. Let's grab those crosshairs and put it right in the middle. A lot of techs don't do that. Basically what we're doing is it's basically just rotating the FOV. A lot of techs don't do that, but I like to do that. So here, it looks like it may even be an axial of the TMJs, because normally there would be more slices, but in this case I want a full brain. Normally TMJs come with at least 1 full brain scan. So what we're going to do is I want you to window this. We're going to just extend slices and make this a full brain. A little bit higher for brightness, perfect. And now I'm going to have you unclick update all.
This one?
Yep. And unclick update all. Perfect. Okay, so now let's extend these slices just a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so now you can kind of see what you're angling with. I want you to use those dots to angle with the longitudinal fissure or falx cerebri, as well as the fourth ventricle down here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to drop this top slice. We're still in step 3 right here, angling, but we're going to use step 4 to finish step 3 in the sagittal brain. I want you to bring that all the way down to right here, the bottom of the corpus. Perfect. And now I want you to use that top line to angle to touch the bottom of the genu and the bottom of the splenium of the corpus.
Right there?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now we're done with step 3. Let's do step 4. Let's just increase those all the way up. I like to include the scalp personally in case they have any meningiomas or lipomas in the scalp. You could cut one because I don't think that slice is going to get anything. There you go. All right, and now inferiorly. So up here, not everyone includes the skull and scalp. I personally like to. However, inferiorly, it's pretty concrete and universal that you cover below the foramen magnum. So right there. So let's scroll through. Let's go down or up one, see if we can get a better view of the foramen magnum. There you go. So it looks like we're almost cutting it off. We could add one more slice. There you go. Okay. And also what I want you to do is I want you to increase the FOV. So yeah, you could tell that this is an axial TMJ sequence. So FOV right here, I want you to increase it. There you go. And also, if you look over here, you can see we're kind of cutting off the glabella. And over here, we have a good amount of space. But instead of moving the slices over here, where you could risk moving them up or down, let's just move it anterior right here. Perfect. Okay. So you could tell that this is actually a TMJ axial sequence. However, most sites do have a full brain axial. So I want to use this still as a full brain as opposed to just a TMJ. So that's kind of why we're doing this. So let's shorten the time. I want you to, we could increase the slice spacing and then decrease the number of slices. But instead, I want you to, let's decrease the phase FOV. Let's see what the options they give us. Do they give us 0.8? Let's try that. Oh, okay. Can we switch the phase and frequency FOV? We'll come back to that here. Let's just increase that back to 100 or 1.0. Let's increase or open that up. Let's see, let's increase the echo train length to 8. There you go. Let's decrease the next to 2. And let's decrease, no, I'm happy with this. Let's run this, okay? So, why isn't it letting us save? What's the issue here? Oh, there we go. Okay, so here, let's open this back up. Advanced, or I'm sorry, acceleration. And let's hold the drop down arrow, let's just do 1. Okay, save and scan. So yeah, this is typically just an axial of the TMJs, which would be like right around here. Remember, it's the temporal bone articulating with the mandible, so you can see the mandible coming up right through there. Yeah.
So even though right now we're just scanning the TMJ, you would have to also include the brain.
No, so most sites, their TMJ protocol will have one full brain axial where you get the entire brain. However, this site they don't have that, so I wanted to include it myself. So we adjusted this, but the slice thickness is the slice spacing is very close. It's very short, so that's why we have so many slices, and that's why the scan is so long. But yeah, most sites you will do a full brain axial.
Actually, top down, right?
Yes, the full brain. Yes, axial. And then, but this site didn't, so we made our own basically with the use of their axial TMJs. Okay, so let's open that up.
When we do our midterm, are we expected to know the increase and decrease
All these parameters? No. That's physics, and I will only test you lightly on physics concepts. I won't make you like optimize all your parameters and whatnot. Okay, so next what we are going to do is I want you to middle click here, highlight your slices. We're going to find the TMJs. Let's scroll down. Keep going. Oh, let's go back. It would be right around here. But we're going to wait for our axial to come up for that. Let's scroll through this and try to find our TMJs. Other way. Going. Oh, okay. Let's see. We're gonna just wait for our axial, okay? I want you to come over here. I want you to check if we have EAM, if we have A, external auditory meatus. So let's just scroll all the way up and all the way down in the sagittals. Okay, we have one right there. Oh wait, keep going actually. Let's see if we got the TMJs. I doubt it. Yeah, okay. But external auditory meatus would be right there, so. Okay, so that's pretty good. Halfway through, we may receive half of our axials. So if you see them pop up, I want you to middle click down here, highlight the plane, and bring up your new axial. If not, we might have to wait the full duration. Okay, so we're just hanging out. Yeah, maybe for future TMJ exams, I won't do that full brain. Maybe I will just do an axial, but I wanted to add that in. It's pretty common to have that.
And it's best to have this license, right? The right column there, like TMJ area.
You will, because the slice spacing was pretty small in that other one, so you will. I wonder how often they do TMJs here. Okay, so let's middle click here. And then in 5 seconds, let's select series and bring up that new axial.
Got it.
Yep. Axial T1. Okay. Perfect. You're gonna have to window that. Let's bring it down into the right. There you go. It's really good quality axial T1. So let's scroll up. Keep going.
For
The condyloid processes, I don't know what happened here, but it's actually enhanced right here. Let's go to the right. Keep going. You don't have to be within this. You could go outside it. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So these right here are the condyloid processes of the mandible.
Okay.
Those are those posterior arch of the mandible. I want you to keep going. Scroll up a little bit more. No, scroll up. And this is likely the coronoid process. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, let's go up 2. There you go. So you see the little beans right there? Those are the condyloid processes of the mandible. Those are what articulate with the mandibular fossa of the temporal bone. So I want you to left click, drop your slices. Okay, here, we're gonna have to drag this one over here. There you go. And I want you to right click, hold, move the image over. And then let's grab this and move it over here. There you go. Now let's right click, hold, move the image back. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to angle these. I want you to angle that one a lot more. Perfect. Okay? And what I also want, yeah, you could angle that one. Love that. And so now what I also want you to do is I want you to move it to the left or laterally to where, yeah, okay, wait, where that bar meets the end of the condyloid process. Perfect. Okay, and I want you to do the same over there. Perfect. What I'm doing here is I'm minimizing the slice overlap, which causes that sat band appearing artifact called crosstalk.
If you wanted really necessary or even better to have a sat band on like the end a little bit.
I want you to, no, you don't want to use the sat band, no. So I want you to check in on him and say, hey, just make sure your mouth is closed for the next like 4 sequences or something.
Moises, how you doing, man? All right, we're gonna start the next sequence. Keep your mouth closed, buddy. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So we actually have a lot more slices than needed. We could probably cut them down, but we'll leave them for now. I want you to save and scan. I'm looking over here, making sure we're good superiorly and inferiorly. It looks pretty good to me. So let's save and scan. Okay. Gonna click this little button right here, the lighting green one. Basically, the table's gonna move. If you look at the numbers up top, you can see how they moved. It went from like 56 to 6. Table moves a little bit and then it scans. Okay, so let's click sagittal T1. All right, so let's middle click here, start with the money slices. We're going to select series and bring up our new axial again. Oh, this is it, series 3. Oh, never mind, no, we gotta bring it up still. So let's select series.
This one.
Yeah. There you go. No, yeah. Axial T1. Don't pay attention to this side. It's always these right here. Right? Okay, so let's go find those condyloid processes again. There you go. All right. Now, let's use this condyloid process. I want you to left click and drop your slices. There you go. So now that, they're not way outside of the FOV. Yeah, so, okay. So that would be a coronal. Remember, you're looking at it anterior to posterior. So I want you to rotate it back how it's like this. Okay? And yeah, exactly. I want you to be perpendicular to that beam. So now you're looking at it left to right. Okay? So yeah, don't touch the coverage. We don't have to worry about that. But I do want you to center on the beam, on the condyloid process. Let's just bring it up a tiny bit. Perfect. Right in the middle. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing over here. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. A little bit more, tiny bit more. Going right there. Yeah. Perfect. Looks great. Want to check our placement superiorly and inferiorly. Looks pretty good to me. So we're going to save that. And okay, we could scan that. Yes, you could turn that on. But I want you to stop it before these two because we have to tell them to put the syringe in the mouth. So here, why don't we come over, let's come up here for now. And we'll go into test, or double click it, yeah. I want you to click on, I want you to scroll down right here. Let's go to the coronal T1.
Double?
Yep, or yeah, view, little TV right here, this guy. Okay, now you're gonna have to click here to highlight the window, even though it won't highlight, but still. Now we use page up and page down right here. So let's scroll through. One more. There you go. There's that condyloid process. There's the meniscus right there. If you keep going, There you go. Keep going. Now you can see the ramus of the mandible, that vertical portion of the mandible. There's that meniscus right in there. Temporal bone would be right there, which is not well visualized. But yeah. So keep going. But we could also window it potentially. Let's make it a little brighter. And to the left, maybe. Right, maybe a little bit down. All right, now a little bit back to the right. A little bit. Perfect, right there. Okay, so let's scroll through, or let's keep going. So here you could see the temporal bone right here coming down. And then if you scroll through, other way, you could follow it. Yeah, keep going. That's that mandibular fossa right here. That's all covered in cartilage. And now there's that coronoid process of the ramus of the mandible. Okay. Now it's going to look a little bit different when it's open, so I want you to click down and let's go into the sagittal because we have half of that one. Let's view, and you're gonna have to click on here to be able to scroll through. Okay, so now we can. So keep going. You'll see there's the external auditory meatus right there, on the ear hole basically. There's the ramus of the mandible, condyloid process. There's that articular eminence right here. That's like that bony protrusion on the zygomatic, on the temporal bone that prevents anterior displacement of the condyloid process. There's the meniscus right in there. Keep going. You could follow the bone. Okay, not that much, but that would be the temporal bone basically. And that's the TMJ. So down here, go back. You could see the angle of the mandible, also referred to as the ramus. Let's click here. Did we turn auto scan on?
I turned it off because I didn't
okay.
want to miss.
Yeah, that's okay. You can turn it back on.
And
We still have 5 minutes.
That previous image was a sagittal bone, right?
This is a sagittal, yes. Sagittal T1. So right here you can see the angle of the mandible, like down here. One more. Oh, okay, I guess we can't see it that well. Go back. It would be like right here, right here. So that's that angle of the mandible. That's the gonian. Here you can see the body. Alveolar processes would be like right in here. The maxillary bone would be right here. This is the maxillary sinus. These are the orbits. Remember, the maxillary bones right here have giant sinuses within them. This is all the mandible, so these would have alveolar processes right here, and same with the maxillary bone. Let's click up here. Is it not letting us scan for a reason? Let's double click there. Oh, I see why. Double click here. We have to save it. Click right here. Let's copy our sagittal T1. Oh, accept. Let's save, and it'll automatically scan. It's because they weren't saved, and for some reason it wouldn't copy, even though they were all linked just a second ago. It wouldn't let us do that. So let's go to the next one and do the same thing. We're just gonna copy it. See, this link is coming up, and now it's saying paste graphic RX failed. So the link is failing for some reason. But let's copy it, that double white paper, copy RX right here. I want you to copy either of those sagittals. Doesn't matter, they're identical.
Like the bottom one?
Doesn't matter, either one, they're identical. Okay, the only difference is the weighting, which won't matter in the planning. So let's save that. And now we're good. We will wait until these, let's double click on this right here. No, you can leave that on. Let's double click on that. Okay, you're gonna do the same thing. Copy any of those sagittals. Where's the copy RX button? Yeah, there you go. Any of those three sagittals are all the same, except now the difference is we're not gonna click save, because as soon as you save it, we go from in RX to RX, and then auto scan will automatically scan it. So we'll wait, and once we hear the machine pause in 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, 2.5 plus 2:10, then we will speak to him, tell him to put the syringe in the mouth, and then we'll save it, and it'll automatically scan. All right. So let's go back over here, see if we can identify any other structures. And we could scroll through. We could even check the other side if we want. There's that external auditory meatus right here, that hole. Okay, keep going. There's the auricle or pinna. That's the external ear. Is that all we have?
Yeah.
Did we go through both sides already? Go up.
That was all the way up.
There we go. Wait, go back. I think because we should have got more images once it finished. So now we have 30, whereas before. Yeah, keep going. So here's that zygomatic, the zygomatic process of the temporal bone, and the temporal process of the zygomatic bone would be over here too. That forms the zygomatic process of the temporal bone forms this articular eminence right there that prevents anterior displacement. Yeah, so you can tell we got more images because now you can follow that bone a little bit more. Okay, so let's. That's really it. I mean, there's not much else I want to show you guys. That's the TMJ.
From like
Yeah, we're gonna pop it up.
TMJ, are you also like would you also have the images of the
IACs?
Yeah.
No. Your coverage. IACs are like way in here. Realistically, they're like over here, but it would be through here.
Okay.
So you could see them on the axial. Let's come over here. You can see them on the axial because remember we did a full brain.
Yeah.
Let's go up. Axial right here. View. And we're gonna have to click on that. So here you can see the coronoid process and the condyloid process will come because it's higher up. So scroll through, coronoid will disappear. Keep going, condyloid. Okay? Keep going, a little bit more. Right there. These two. So I want you to window that. Let's middle click, bring it up and to the left slightly. And to the left now. And a little bit down. Okay, so right there. These are the IACs, internal auditory canals. You can see the semicircular canals in there. And then that little guy right there, that little mushroom looking guy is actually the snail. That's the cochlea.
Cochlea.
Yeah, so if you really look closely, there should be two lines in there, two dark, like black or very dark gray bands in there. Those are the nerves. Yeah, those are the nerves. So you have the top one would be the facial nerve and the bottom one would be the vestibulocochlear nerve. The eustachian tube I actually haven't looked into. So yeah, there and the other one and that one are both IACs. You can see the semicircular canals a little better. However, when we do IAC exams, we would have thins, thin slices, meaning thin slices with thin slice gaps. And therefore, we wouldn't get just 2 images of these. We'd likely get more, probably like 6.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, so those are the IACs. It's a little harder to see all the other structures, but you might be able to find the eustachian tube. It depends. It would be inferior to all of this. So other way, keep going. Right there. That's likely the eustachian tube. Likely, I don't know for a positive. So keep going. Let's see. Yeah, that should be it. Yeah, that should be it for sure. So here's the auricle or pinna, external auditory meatus. We'd have to find a slice that permits that. So let's go the other way. One more. Okay, well it would be right in there. There we go. Go back. One more. That, it would be like right here, one more. There. External auditory meatus. Now go the other way again. This is likely, go back. This may be the tympanic membrane. Maybe. Yeah, and then you can see the cochlea coming into the picture a little bit. Oh, never mind. It wasn't the cochlea, I thought it was. So yeah, I don't know. That's likely all the pathway of the ear. Okay, so let's go back here. I want you to tell him, put that syringe in your mouth for the next 5 minutes or whatever.
Moises. All right, go ahead and put that syringe in your mouth and bite down, not too hard, but keep it in your mouth, keep your jaw open a little bit, okay? All right, buddy, hang tight.
Alright, let's save, and it'll automatically scan because auto scan is on. Active. And now we're just going to go to that last one and we're going to copy it. Yeah, see, it's saying the link is failing. It's not copying for some reason. That's it. Save, and you're all done. Now, one thing you always want to do is you always want to check your images, yeah, before you take your patient off and send them home. Luckily, we've checked half of them already. I don't see any artifact. We covered the region of interest. These protocols are interesting because it's kind of a large FOV for a TMJ here. And then they didn't have a full brain axial. We had to make one. So interesting protocols, but that must be what the radiologists want.
So when you send this,
Yeah, great job.
when you send this to the radiologist, we'll use the